Hello and welcome to PlayStation Access. My name is Rosie and I'm joined today by the lovely Alex.
Hello everybody.
And we have been playing lots of Elden Ring Nightreign.
It's so good, Rosie.
We've literally, ever since we've been able to have access to it, we've just been playing it and messaging each other about it and organising games and doing things single player as well.
Yeah, oh my god, it's been so much fun. Catching up over an awesome game together, but let's get into it, Rosie. There's lots to talk about in today's video, isn't there? There's lots we want to talk about.
Loads, because I think that the essential thing we want to get across is that it's a lot deeper than we thought it was going to be. Like, I don't know about you, Alex, but I thought this was going to be an experience where literally you boot it up, here's some bosses you can fight, grab your mates, then go in. But there's so much more to it.
100%. I was even just from the start running around the round table hold, seeing all the different weapons you can train with, and we'll get into a lot more detail on that in a second. But straight away I was like, there's a lot to this game.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're going to go into more detail in a moment, but yeah, there is a lot here for fans of Souls-likes, fans of Elden Ring, and even people that are curious about getting into it. There's a lot here as well.
Yeah. For those of you, just a very quick rundown of how this game works, for those of you who may not know. So essentially, you can go into this game single player or as a team of 3, and when you start a run, you can, so you pick which boss it is you want to do.
Yes.
You start off with one boss, so you select that boss, and then you have 3 days that you need to survive. So you spend the days, you spend day 1 and day 2 running around, getting ready by leveling up, preparing your equipment, leveling up your equipment if you're able to, getting flasks, basically ensuring that you have got everything you can have and need in order to prepare yourself for the bosses.
Ooh, the big fights. The big fights.
The big fights.
And there are big fights.
Yes, there are big fights. And in terms of the fights in a run, you've got 3 sort of big bosses that you need to do. You've got the day 1 night, which is where you'll do your first one, the day 2 night as well, where you have your second fight, and then after that you'll be teleported into day 3, which is where you just face the final boss.
The big Night Lord.
The big Night Lord of the run that you have chosen. And if you die in one of these, let's say, ultimate fights, one of these big 3 ones, if all of your party members die, then that's it. It is the end of the run, and you go back to the round table hold. And it reminded me a lot of Hades in the sense that with the roguelike elements, that even if you die, you're still progressing because you get relics that you can then use to apply to your characters, each of them having their own benefits, which can really help you build.
I think that's the key thing for me, is there's always a sense of progression, and even if a run does go badly, you're getting relics, and relics can really transform how your character performs. It can be it can go from little stat boosts to changing how their skills operate, and different elements can apply to their weapons. There's a lot of fun build variety here, and the game constantly sort of gives you new toys to play with in that sense. It's really, really cool.
I think the first thing that surprised me with how much bigger this game was I thought it was going to be is the character stories.
Yeah.
So in the game you have a roster of 8 characters you can choose from, and I didn't realise that each character was going to have their own individual stories.
Yeah, they're not just like pre-built characters for you to play as. They actually have their own narrative arcs.
Yeah.
And I've played about 15 hours myself, and it's just starting to get interesting with 1 or 2 of the characters, starting to unravel a little bit more about them, peel away the layers a little bit. So these are properly fleshed out characters.
Yeah, fully fleshed out characters, and they've all got these journal entries, which as you play as these characters, you slowly get more and more entries, which is like learning more about them. And also you get these moments called remembrance.
Remembrances.
Remembrances. So when it pops up, they pop up in your journal, and at first I was thinking like, oh, what's this thing? I have no idea. But they are individual missions that you can go on in your run, and if you complete that mission, you can either do it single player or multiplayer, then you get an item and you learn even more about the characters, and also you're rewarded by getting a unique item, which is really beneficial to that specific character.
Yeah.
So all the characters are really interesting. I love just chatting to them in the round table as well.
They've also got really cool voices. Iron Eye's cool, isn't he?
Oh, I love Iron Eye's voice. Like literally, Iron Eye's voice is my favourite. Literally, I didn't think you were going to mention Iron Eye's voice, and I'm just like...
Caught you off guard, Rosie.
You did catch me off guard with that one. I don't know how I can carry on with this video now.
If there's more work to be done, so be it. As ever, we forge on.
We're going to leave it as that for now because we don't want to spoil anything. And we've already touched upon this briefly, but in the round table hold and even on the runs, there's so much you can play with in this game. From the relics that you earn once you've completed a run. I mean, I don't know about you, Alex, but I've had it where I've tackled then a separate boss and I know that they're weak to electricity because each boss is weak to one element. And I've literally built a character that it's all focused relics on electricity.
That's it, isn't it? I think it's really cool on the expedition screen before you start a run. You can see what the Night Lord is weak to.
Yeah.
So you can sort of plan your run around finding those specific elements and items. It might be an electric sword. It might be some electric pots or electric that you can apply, some grease that you apply to your weapon. Finding those items that can really give you those little advantages when it comes to the big fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really cool.
They can be game changers, definitely. So there's so much you can do with the relics. There's hundreds of weapons you can use.
Oh, yeah.
And I think the thing that surprised me the most is because when we first started playing the game, we thought, well, I don't know about you, but I was like, oh, this massive sword is not applicable to my archer character. But then as you play more, you're like, oh, no, I'm still taking that because weapons have got benefits to them.
This is it, and it's what's interesting about that is there's no like weight limits. Like your character can pick up any item, any sword, any shield, doesn't matter how big it is. If it's got a really useful passive effect, pick it up, have it in your inventory. It could be the difference between, victory and defeat. So, yeah.
So there's loads of that. And also, you fly in from different angles of the map and different locations are scattered around. So even when you're flying in immediately, you're looking at the map thinking how you're going to approach this run.
Yeah. And the world itself transforms. There are like events, aren't there, that can trigger sometimes. We don't want to go obviously spoil anything, but some of them I've gone into. I went into a map where Rosie was a little bit ahead of me in the game. We had a session over the weekend where her map was just had completely transformed, and I was like, okay, I'm not ready for this, Rosie. I'm scared.
Yeah, I forgot to warn you about that. Then I didn't realise because it was my first time as well experiencing this, so I didn't realise that it was going to affect all of us.
Just a little bit scary, Rosie. Thanks for the heads up.
Well, now we know. We learned. We went in the deep end. There's also a huge variety of bosses and enemies that you can fight even across the map, from just the little characters roaming around that you can just quickly stab and then you're done, to coming across fights that in Elden Ring have been a huge deal, and now they're just sort of treated as go on, try this fight and see if you can get a weapon from it.
Yeah, like ulcerated tree spirits are just wandering around the big dragons.
Yeah.
They're just wandering around and you can try to take them on and try to beat them and get some good drops, but it's kind of like, really, is it risk reward is a big part of this, isn't it?
Definitely. There's as we mentioned as well, the 8 characters you can play from all have their unique styles of fighting and their different skills. So like honestly, I don't think I've ever had a game where I have been absolutely 100% fine with playing each character.
Yeah.
I love each character for different reasons, and I will happily swap who I'm playing as depending on what my team play as, or if I'm going in single player, just whatever it is I'm feeling at the moment. Like if I'm feeling a bit more speedy, quick action, then yes, I'll go in as the Duchess.
Absolutely. And I think it's cool that the team of 3 can comprise you can have 3 Iron Eyes, for example, if you really want to. I mean, obviously, I would imagine a variety is probably better. So it's cool that you can build the team in a way that you want. You're not restricted to you can only have one of that character class. It's fun to be able to play around with that a little bit.
Definitely. And once you've so the game eases you into the experience by when you boot it up, you only have access to the first boss. And then once you defeat that boss, it's not then a case of, because I thought this was going to be the case, that you do then one at a time, as in like it will order which one you do.
Yeah, right.
It literally just chucks them all at you. It's literally just like, here you go, here are like a bunch more bosses, pick which one you want to do.
They all sound scary.
They all look scary.
Cool fights though.
Cool fights.
Oh yeah,
like
epic fights.
They're very cool big fights. Like you're just given an image, a little description, and then their weakness, and it's like, go on, have fun.
Good luck, off you go.
Yeah, off you go. You'll see what happens. So there is so much to play around with, whatever it is you're in the mood for. And also, like I said, even if you are in the mood, you think, maybe I'll just go for a single player run. You can do pretty much everything single player just as much as you can do multiplayer. It's still hard.
It is hard.
It's harder single player, I think.
Enemies' health is scaled, so they don't still have a lot of HP for one player to deal with. So there is a degree of scaling, which I think makes solo play viable. That's not to say it isn't going to be challenged there. You're absolutely right. I've done a few solo runs, managed to get to a Night Lord once, doing it solo, which is really fun. But I think that's more there for like the Souls-like purists, I think, and people that really want a challenge.
Yeah.
But it's still a great way to practice and to discover new things about the game. So solo play, I think, is a really good way to get that bit of training and that bit of knowledge. So it's cool that it's there as an option.
It's so cool it's there as an option. And I think another reason why this game is so much bigger than we thought is because playing it as much as we have been, we've been learning.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's not just been a case of, oh, we're going into the fight and like, we have been progressing more. We've been learning how the game works more. We've been knowing what to prioritize, where to go, how to navigate around the map, what everything on the map means. And you really do start off this game panicking. Like, if you start this game panicking, that is, I'm saying it's absolutely fine. It can be overwhelming when you first go in,
definitely.
and then you know you're in a time limit. But as you progress, you can plan each run, and you feel so much more involved as you learn more about it. It really is like a brilliant collaborative effort.
That's it, exactly. And you learn which locations to prioritise, like going to the churches and getting extra heals, getting your flask boosts. And it's so easy to communicate with other players. They're just tagging on the map. Other players will just tag the same place to say, yep, well, let's go there.
Yeah.
It's just so easy to communicate with strangers. All it takes is one click of a button and everybody knows where they're going and what they're doing.
Yep.
So it's so easy to do that as well. And I think that's to the game's a real strength of the game, I think, is that ease of communication, because it's chaotic, it's fast paced, there's a lot going on, you need to plan your runs, but with that you can quite easily clear through it. I had a run last night where we must have cleared so many areas and killed so many bosses so efficiently.
Yeah.
Just me and two people I'd never played with before, no voice chat and nothing like that, but we were clearing the place out. We were like a well-oiled machine, clearing the map. It was so much fun.
And also, when you were talking about the pace there, I don't think I've had a FromSoftware experience that is as fast-paced as this.
For sure, yeah.
This is definitely, which is I really like about it, it's definitely is the fastest-paced experience I've had with a Souls-like game.
Absolutely.
And I've been loving it.
I think it balances the two really well. Like you run through the map and you'll clear out areas really quickly, but then the boss fights themselves still have that sort of methodical, choosing your windows, choosing when to heal, choosing when to deploy your skills. So there's still there's a really nice balance here, I think, of like a more fast-paced team roguelike, but then there's also those big battles where it is a lot more about taking your time, working as a team, wearing a boss down, waiting for your window. So it balances the two really well, I think.
Yeah, and finally, I just want to say I love how at the end of each run you get your stats, and you can see on the map where it is you all traversed, so you can also learn from those as well. Because that's the thing as well, when I started, we were just thinking, oh, let's quickly go into the middle and try and find the elements of the weaknesses and stuff. And it's like, then as the maps have progressed, it's actually more, no, we go on the outskirts.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
For example,
and that's a cool thing about having the 2 days, isn't it? Because you can, if something is outside, you can't get to it on day one anymore because the ring is closed in. You think, well, we'll do that first thing day two. Let's get the boss killed tonight. First thing day two, let's go and get that other thing that we need. So planning is really, really fun, but it's also like quite quick and quite simple. So you can easily just pin something on the map the next day and people are like, let's go do it.
Let's go do it. Let's sort it. But if you can't tell from the excitement in our voices, we have been loving Elden Ring Nightreign, and I cannot wait for everyone else to play it on Friday the 30th, which is not far away.
A few days
on PS4 and PS5. So please, if you think you're going to be booting it up, let us know in the comments how excited you are for this game. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more content like this, and hit the notification bell so that you stay up to date with everything from the world of PlayStation. Thank you all so much for watching.